Starting a business can be expensive and challenging. Few people have the funds to get the ball rolling without outside help. If you're starting a small business or looking to grow your business, you may seek financing through a loan or cash from your friends and family. You can also seek funding from investors, which is why it's important to understand what investors look for before investing. Investors give you money in exchange for ownership of part of your business. Their investments may come with restrictions that you have to get approval for transactions over a certain dollar amount, for example, or that you have to set up an independent board of directors. Investor funding can be great. First, an investor isn't demanding repayment every month because it's not a loan. An investor can also be a reliable source for business advice and may have a strong business network that you can draw on. But this isn't free money. Your investors will have certain expectations. Here are the top criteria investors will use so that you can develop your best plan and your best possible pitch to earn capital for your small business funding needs. 1. Sell them the numbers. Investors want to make money. It's your job to show them that your company will make that goal happen for them. If your company has been up and running for a while, then you need to show that you've had an excellent financial performance so far. If your company hasn't yet started up, then you need to show what you can expect to bring in, when you'll hit your goal numbers, and when your investor can expect to start earning their money back. In other words, you need a really strong business plan. 2. Have a business plan. A solid business plan demonstrates to investors that you're serious about your business and that you've given thought to your plans to make money. While your business plan alone won't be enough to convince investors to back you, no investor will put money in without one. Among other things, your business plan should include A. Your intended market, with data to show why that market is your target. B. Data-based, hard number financial projections. C. Sales channels, with data to show why those channels will be effective. D. Marketing plans and goals, with data to show why those plans will be effective. E. Analysis of the competition for your product or service. F. Projected timeline for when you'll start making money. G. Potential obstacles and your plans for dealing with them. 3. A unique idea. Both investors and the general public get excited about the words new and innovative. The bottom line is that if the market is saturated with hundreds of identical products, then your company isn't likely to be a huge hit. Convey to investors what it is about your product or services that make it stand out. Is there market potential for your unique product? Does it solve a unique problem? Is it a brand new innovation or invention? You don't have to have come up with a brand new invention, but you do need to show why your product or service is different from or better than what your competitors offer. In business terms, this is your competitive advantage. It's what will make you successful over your competitors. You may also show that your business is going to fulfill an unmet need, like a bakery in an area that doesn't already have one. 4. A strong narrative. Investors hear a lot of pitches packed with hard data. Given two companies with similar projected returns, what makes an investor choose one over the other? The story. Your investors are people, not robots, and they can be swayed by a great narrative about why this business matters to you, where the idea came from, and where you're planning to take it. What need is your business going to meet? How will it change the world? What makes it special? In fact, opening your pitch with your story is a great way to set the tone and draw your potential investors in. 5. Business readiness. Many people have prospective business ideas, but not many people have the drive to take those ideas and shape them into a working, financially viable business. Show your investors that not only can you talk the talk, but that you're ready to walk the walk. Is your company ready to take off and hit the ground running? If you can show that you've got all the key components in place, you'll pique investors' interest because they'll know that they'll get a return on their investment sooner rather than later. To show business readiness, you have to do your homework, your market research and your business plan, for example. You need to show that you have a clear plan in place, for example, that you've already staked out a new location or supplier. 6. Clear business structure. Your investors aren't just going to hand you the cash you want and walk away. Again, they're in this for the return. So they're going to want to know exactly why you need the cash and exactly what you plan to do with it. They'll also want to know when they can expect a return. That should be a part of your business plan. Investors will also be looking for an exit strategy, and you need to think about that in advance. When they want to sell, will you buy them out? Can they sell to another party? If they don't know that they can get their money out, they're not going to want to put it in the first place. 7. Clear investment structure. Buying ownership in a company has legal ramifications, and investors will want to know that you've already considered those issues. You'll need to have a business structure in place that allows for other parties to buy in. You'll also need to have a clear plan for how the investment will work. If the investors are partners or shareholders, will they have the right to vote on business decisions? Part of this involves having a clear valuation for your business, a way to back up your request for a certain amount of money in exchange for a certain amount of ownership. If you want $100,000 for a 10% share, for example, you need to be able to show that your business is actually worth $1 million. Part of it involves putting together a stockholders agreement, and maybe also a corporate constitution that clearly sets out the rights of all owners. That should include owners' rights and obligations. What happens if an owner wants to sell? What happens if there's a change in leadership? What happens if the business closes, and other issues? Will investors get dividends or just the increase in the value of their shares over time? If you're planning on distributing dividends, you need to have a plan for how much, how often, and what will happen if you can't make a distribution. Also note that this particular area is likely to involve some negotiation. Your investors may want a larger share for a lower price, and they may want adjustments or additions to the stockholders agreement. The trick is to come in prepared, knowing that these issues are important and that you've already thought of them. This is one of those times when you should really consult your lawyer. You don't want to grow into a successful business only to find that you've lost control to your investors.